This is how I have power running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I have some solar panels running through the day. That gave me 18,000. Nice, beautiful sun. Okay, anyways. These things are the best source of power in the game. They require zero maintenance. A water wheel, you have to constantly come back and check the water wheel for clogs. We all know the deal. We've all been out exploring, looking through caves, finding new spots, hunting animals, and you come back and your water wheels are just not moving. Everything in your base is turned off. Your animal deterrent is off. Your freezers are off. Your aquarium and animals and fish have died. You know, we've all been there. So you gotta go to your water wheels and you gotta take out the spoiled plants and the sponges and the fish chunks. It becomes a hassle the more wheels you have. Wind turbines are good, but they only produce 1750 of energy. Sure, they pump out a little bit more during those windy days, but again, you still got to go out and repair them. Solar panels are great too. They produce the most energy, 6,000 units, but they only work during the daytime. Somewhat during storms, depending on if it's day or light out, but that's it. They only work during the day, and they only work if they're directed at the sun. So as good as they sound, it just doesn't cut it. But the biofuel generator, 5,000. It sounds tempting, but then you think, oh, man, do I really want to sit there and make all these cans? Look at this. It only holds 10 liters, and when you put it inside the machine, that's only 4 hours worth of time. It's got five slots, so I mean, do the math. You get 50 liters. You get in like 20 hours worth of time. You can almost get a full day's worth. Fill up all the cans, but that's all you're getting. You're only getting about 24 hours with 5 cans. And you're just gonna keep refilling cans. The more generators you have, you're spending more time getting resources and building fuel than you are actually enjoying the game. But what if there was a way that you can use this generator and make it so you don't even have to worry about it for 2.5 days? You don't even have to touch it for 2.5 days. All you literally need to do is, when you wake up in the morning and turn your game on, just come over and you replace this one can. You replace one can. You don't need to replace all of them. You need to replace one can. And the most important thing for the biofuel generator, you. Why don't you just walk around? Is this the portable biofuel tank? This is what makes the biofuel generator the most efficient source of energy in the game. This is game changer. Game changer. So, unlike other methods of fuel in this game, like a stovetop, or you can't see it from here, the fireplace, or the furnace that run off of like wood and coal and things like that. We all know what happens when we put coal into our furnace. It turns on. We all know what happens when we take the coal out of our furnace. It turns off immediately. Well, that doesn't happen with these things. These are a little bit different. These don't necessarily turn off like those do. When you pull the fuel out of it, you have to think of these as like an engine. Just because your car doesn't have any gas in it, it can still run off the fumes. And that's what these things do. That's what makes these things so beautiful. Let me show you something here. What's this? There's nothing in the fuel tank, but it's running. It's activated. How can that possibly be? Well, let's deactivate it. Let's see what's going on here, shall we? Well, let's turn it back on. Well, wait a minute. We can't. Well, that's funny. It was just running with nothing here, but now we can't run it with nothing here. Why do you think that is? Let me show you a little trick I learned. Let's take a can of fuel and put it right there. How much does it got in it? 0.99? Nice. Let's turn that on. Still got that 0.99. And guess what it did? This is fuel. This isn't coal, this isn't a mineral, this isn't an ore. This is a fuel. You made this fuel. It sucked up those fumes and that gas, and it's here in the machine. So guess what? You can take that gas can out now. So long as there's something in these slots up here for it to draw fuel from, it will continue running. And that means you can take these and drop them in here. This holds 10 liters. 10 liters gets you 4 hours. These hold 150 liters. It's got 129.88 liters. Well, let's just sit back and kick back for a minute, because it can't possibly be doing what he's saying it's doing, can he? Except for now it's got 129.87 liters? Oh yeah, so it's gone down. So it is. So it does. So this, you see this? You see this? This is how I run all of my machines. This is how I run efficient power. Efficient power. Now there's a trick though I learned. There is a trick. You need to keep one gas can, just one. You don't need to keep all the slots. You don't need to have them all in there. You just need to keep one gas can here. Now, what I'm doing is I'm building a load of these things, and I'm stacking this thing up, and I am gonna stack it up. But you need to keep one in here, because when you turn the game off at the end of the night, when you log out, when you hit that escape button or start, pause, whatever, and you go back to your character selection or go back to the desktop, if there's nothing in this slot here, when you turn your game back on, these will not be running because there's not a fuel source for it to start from to kick off. But if you leave a can here before you log off, so say you have it like this and you're running around the world doing your adventures and you're thinking, I'm getting ready to cut it off for the night, you have to go back to your generators and just simply put a can here. It doesn't matter how much is in there, just drop the can off in the fuel slot. Drop the can off in the fuel slot. Drop it off in the fuel slot. Do that with every generator that you have. That's all you need to do. And now you can safely exit the game and turn it back on with no fears of losing power. And because these things work so efficiently, I am going to show you the beauty now that these things hold. This is a game changer. I am telling you. What you can now do with the biofuel is unimaginable. I have these things literally stocked up. I have multiple bases. I have bases across the regions. Bases, and bases across the regions. And they all have these generators in them running with fuel non-stop. It is the best source of power you could have ever asked for. It does come with a flaw. a little downside that you have to make the fuel. I'm going to show you about that though. Here's our little beacon to show where we are. Don't you get lost now on me, buddy. Come on now. Okay, so in here, we got 2 drills running. And you guessed it, it's running off of our tank. Like I said before I logged off, I made sure to come into this cave and drop this can that was right here. And I made sure to leave it here, so it's powering up my drill. The beauty part about this thing is the electric drill requires 2,000 electricity to run, and the portable biofuel generator only pumps out 2,000 energy. So I've actually been running this thing for about a day and a half now. Oh my goodness, 149. Yeah, it's barely gone down. And this thing over here, would you look at that? The can's empty. The can is empty. I wonder how long that can has been empty for. That makes me wonder if you could just leave a can in here now and just let it exhaust out and it'll still turn on and it'll never shut off because the can is in there. That's nice to know too. I'm really liking that. But anyway, you can see with the can empty in the fuel slot, it's still drawing power from the biofuel tank at 142.51 liters. Yeah, it's not going down. I mean, it will go down, but it's only sucking out 2,000 energy, so the draw out of what this thing needs, it's just... So yeah, so it's gone down a little bit, but maybe not, I don't know. So yeah, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Okay, people? You need to build yourself a biofuel generator, and you need to build yourself some cans. And you need to stick those cans in that biofuel generator with the biofuel tank. And I'm talking about your energy issues will be non-existent. You'll never have to worry about anything again. You'll never have to worry about sunlight. Oh, that's my fortifications for my geyser when I want to grab exotics. Yeah, that thing works out pretty well. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, you biofuel, the solar power, it's good. I mean, you could build, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and during the daylight, you'll get a lot of power and all that stuff. And you can build yourself a power bank, store all that power up, so when nighttime comes, or a storm or something, you got all the power to be running from. But I'm telling you, biofuel generator, look at that. I got 6 here. I only got 6. And I'm getting 30,000. And the solar panels, they turn off at night. And that power right there, that's gone. That's just gone. You won't get it. You're not going to get it at nighttime. So you can rely on your water wheels, but I had like 8 of those, and I only got like, 12,000, 16,000 power. Some like biofuel generator, 30,000 power. 30,000. I got another one right here, on backup. I got biofuel. That's why I got, that's why I'm making these tanks. For every one of these, that's 2,000 power. Now I make a drill, and then I can literally take a drill, take one of these, and a portable generator, and with my electrical wire, you can set up drills anywhere you want. You don't have to worry about running cables and wires, halfway across the map. Running cables and miles, from here to here. No, you don't need to do that anymore. You don't need to run cables and wires across the entire world. There's no reason for that. Biofuel. And then the electric composter. This is the way to go. I don't think I have it anymore. No, it was hooked up right there. No, I don't have it here anymore. I got rid of it because this is the way to go. Do I have any? No. Let me show you. Let me just like, you know, just give me some of this. No, just give me some of this. This, it just fills up so fast. It says it only takes 3 seconds, but I'm telling you, with the normal compositor, it goes like 1, 2, 3. It's done. 1, 2, 3. You got one. 1, 2, 3. You got one. This is like dunk, 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 dunk. You're constantly it's just dumping it. Your fuel is just dumping it, dumping it. You just watch it constantly. This is the way to go. You just stack this thing up. You put your cans in here. You stack this thing up. You just load it up with wood, whatever. Vegetable oil is a great way to go. You get 300 points of fuel for it. What I found to do is just get your tool, go out and reap a bunch of wheat, and then build a bunch of these little seed extractors. I didn't mean to do that. And yeah, just build a bunch of seed extractors and just, you know, have them all going at once. This way you can, you know, just stack them all up and then just come down to your processor and then just, you know, make, you know, as much as you can. You know, I just stick them in here by the bundles of like 100 or whatever. You just let them go. Just let them, you know, eat up. It's the easiest way. Fur takes 29.25. Yeah, you know, guano's good, but you can only find it in the Arctic region, which stinks because tree sap is very scarce out there. So, you know. And you can dump wheat in here, but it takes 10 at a time, where it would, it'll just eat off one, and you still get the same amount of points with 100 or 100. So you just might as well drop wood in. You'll eat that ratio of 1 to 1, and then it just sits there like this. And it takes some time to fill up these big guys, but when you do, that's 2.5 days worth of energy that you have right there. So yeah, that's what I do for power. This is, I love this. This is the best thing in the world. Yeah, you just leave a can in there and you're all set. Let me know how it works for you.